Thank you, Dr. Gresham, and thank you to Susan McCalmont and to Doug Eaton and to Creative Oklahoma for inviting me to speak. It's a real privilege to be here. Don't know that I wanted to follow the Oklahoma City Ballet and a man with a wonderful British accent standing backstage with those dancers is a little intimidating. You stand a little taller and try to hold your stomach in. When I first started preparing for this, I Googled creativity. I thought I might find something interesting, and I did. I found 109 million results after only 28 hundredths of a second. That means a lot of people have a lot to say about this subject. Well, I don't, at least not today. I have only 3 points to make, and they're not from the internet. They're from my own personal experience, and I hope they have something that will ring true for many of you today, too. One useful thing I did find on the internet, however, was a famous quote from a brilliant man, Albert Einstein. This was useful for me because it was so thought-provoking. I really wrestled with this quote. And in the end, as you'll see soon, I decided that I didn't buy it. And I'm not sure that he really believed it either. But that brings me to my first point. Meaningful creativity is hard work. One of the questions I get most often when someone finds out what I do is, wow, does that mean you get to be on location to watch movies being filmed? I tell them that's the wrong question about that aspect of my job. The right question is, wow, does that mean you have to be on location to watch movies being filmed? Being on location means work. Let me explain. Our movies are typically about 96 minutes long, and during principal photography, we're on location with 100 or more people working steadily for about 24 days, not counting the weekends. Different people fill different roles, and as they come and go, the workday is 12 to 14 hours long. Have you done the math for yourself yet? 96 divided by 24 equals 4. That means the final result of a 12 to 14 hour workday is an average of 4 minutes of finished movie. And that goes on for a month. The work of changing sets, changing lights, checking sound, moving locations, rehearsing, shooting, the same scene over and over again, it's hard and often tedious work. It's not fun, but it is creative. Now, I love developing the ideas that make the basis for our movies in the first place. We always do that from scratch, based on a book or a play, or maybe even an original idea from a writer or producer. And then comes the actual script development. Now, I'll illustrate that script development process with a little home video that I made by putting my iPhone on top of a player piano that happens to be in my office at Hallmark. Script development starts with our hiring a skilled screenwriter. And that writer then typically submits what's called a treatment, and that's anywhere from 3 pages to 20 pages long, laying out how they think the story will unfold in movie form. And we comment on that. And then comes the first draft of a script, and we make comments and questions and changes. Then comes the second draft, and again, comments and changes. And then there's a third draft. And then, there's a production script with the director that's now involved, and then a revised production script to remove the new idea about burning down an entire village that the director got the writer to put in, and then the shooting script, and the final shooting script, and the revised final shooting script, on and on. You get the idea. This is not an exaggeration. Many, many iterations. Again, it's work. It's hard work with a lot of subjective negotiation. And it's meaningful creativity when done collaboratively and carefully. It can be a disaster, though, if done with a heavy hand or with bad judgment. Is it rewarding? Yes. But is it usually fun? No. Now, there are many other aspects of developing and producing and broadcasting movies that I could illustrate, but there's just one more that you might not otherwise consider that I'll share with you. It's the excruciating process of trying to boil down a wonderful movie into a tiny 30-second commercial called a tune-in ad. produced to entice people to tune in to our movie instead of watching the many other options competing for their attention. After months of work developing an idea, crafting it into a script, spending 24 long days in production, editing and re-editing the movie, re-recording dialogue, and scoring music for a finished production that cost millions of dollars to make, how do you boil all that down into 30 seconds? It's hard, but here's an example.
From Hallmark Hall of Fame, she waited for his return.
25 years I've been working here. You haven't been late once.
No, in the 40 years before that.
Now a young reporter assigned to tell the story of a timeless love
You're following for her grandson.
will discover her own. Jennifer Love Hewitt and Betty White.
I don't believe in giving up on things.
From Hallmark Hall of Fame,
She's gotten to be that girl in love again.
Thank you.
two beautiful love stories. The Lost Valentine, Sunday only CBS.
You know, if you can boil that down into 30 seconds, you might be able to do it in 20 seconds. Let's see.
From Hallmark Hall of Fame, she waited for his return.
25 years. You haven't been late once.
No, in the 40 years before that.
Now a young reporter assigned to tell the story of a timeless love will discover her own. Jennifer Love Hewitt and Betty White.
She never gave up on love.
Two beautiful love stories. The Lost Valentine, Sunday only CBS.
Wow, only 20 seconds. I wonder if you could get it all the way to 15 seconds.
One woman found a new love. One woman never gave up on love. From Hallmark Hall of Fame, Jennifer Love Hewitt and Betty White.
Thank you.
Two beautiful love stories. The Lost Valentine, Sunday only CBS.
33% shorter is 10 seconds.
One woman found a new love. One woman never gave up on love. From Hallmark Hall of Fame, Jennifer Love Hewitt and Betty White. The Lost Valentine, CBS Sunday.
Isn't that amazing? Half of that's only 5 seconds. Did you know that?
Jennifer Love Hewitt and Betty White in Hallmark Hall of Fame's The Lost Valentine, CBS Sunday.
Okay. Okay, I'll admit that showing that was a little more fun than it was work, but it took a lot of work to get there, I can assure you. My second point today is that meaningful creativity isn't just hard work, it's also disciplined work. A friend of mine, Norman Berry, was creative director for one of our ad agencies 25 years ago, and he said something that was very, very profound. I love this quote. Give me the creative freedom of a tightly defined strategy. That's something that truly creative people know instinctively, even if they haven't articulated it. Ironically, there's wonderful freedom to be found in a disciplined approach to seeking new ideas or new solutions. It's similar to something else we've all heard many times. Necessity is the mother of invention. When something is defined as necessary, a needed solution, or a clear problem, or a defined set of constraints, that's when truly creative people rise to the challenge and find creative freedom and energy to do their best. And I'll admit, that's when their work and their fun will begin. I'm going to show you a number of commercials we produced over the years to represent the creative freedom that we enjoyed in crafting messages guided by tightly defined strategies. First, I'll show you what you would expect for me to show, the emotional impact that a greeting card can have for both the one giving it and the one receiving it.
Professor Foley?
Yes?
You wouldn't remember me. My name is Beth Hooper. I was a student of yours a while ago.
My apologies. I hope I didn't ruin your entire life.
No. In fact, I always wanted to come back and tell you. Well, I heard you were retiring, so
Hooper, where do you stand on bonsai trees?
Bonsai trees.
I was thinking I might start raising bonsai trees now.
Oh. Well, anyway, I just came by to give you something.
Of course, my father always wanted me to be a physician. I'll never find my glasses in all of this. I'm afraid you're going to have to do the honors.
Who in their life hasn't planted a seed just hoping that somehow something would grow? You may not remember all the things that you've done, but everywhere around you, seeds are growing and people are blooming. I know. I'm one of them.
Birth order and early childhood development.
That's right. That was me. That was my paper.
Good work, Hooper. Thank you. So, Hooper, what did you grow up to be? Investment banker? Internet guru?
No. I'm a teacher.
I'm going to go right to another one. The next one I'll show you is from 20 years ago, and this time the objective was not how important the impact of the message of the card is, but how important the brand of the card is.
Don't be so nervous. You're gonna live through it.
I am?
Okay, so now you're at her door.
Okay, so what do I do first?
Well, it's her birthday, right? So give her the card.
Right at her house, right on her porch there?
Yeah. Oh, okay, we'll go through it, okay? Okay, you knock. Hi, Jack.
Oh, hi, Liz. Wait a minute, what if her dad comes to the door?
Say hello. Here, take this. Now you're gonna hand her her card.
Okay, here, Liz, happy birthday.
Oh, thanks. Now she takes it, turns it over, sees the nice Hallmark on the back.
You do that?
Yeah.
I mean, she does that really?
Well, yeah. It's a Hallmark card, right?
Oh, what isn't anything yet? I haven't gotten it.
Jack,
What?
the coolest girl in your class is going out with you on her birthday. Get a Hallmark.
I should write this down.
Don't write it down.
This is exactly what I'm going to need to know. Yes, this is good. Hallmark, right, okay. This is going to go great.
Jack, it's beautiful. I love you.
Ugh, you didn't tell me that was going to happen. Get away from me.
Mom, don't run away from me. Jack, oh, I love you.
Well, did you sense the creative freedom that tight strategy provided? This was a Hallmark card commercial without a Hallmark greeting card anywhere in sight, just a pot holder. In the focus of the commercial, the Hallmark brand name was hand-drawn rather than nicely embossed on what just happened to be an envelope flap. The next commercial had a tightly defined objective to dramatize a benefit of greeting cards that's unique compared to other forms of communications, and that is that they can become keepsakes.
Mom, Dad, your movers are here.
Now, why would a person want 13 muffin tins?
Yeah, just because you move into a condo doesn't mean you're not gonna want muffins anymore.
Your mother hangs on to everything. She went out to get more boxes.
I'll start with Dad's stuff.
Wow. I remember this one. Look at my handwriting. Can't believe this. Look at that. It's nice, right? I gave him this one last year.
I didn't even think he read them. Ooh. Oh, Mom!
Come on. What did you have to apologize for?
Oh, remember Jimmy Deaton? Oh, yeah. I should have given him a lot more of these. Oh, I sent him this one from college. And you thought he didn't miss us.
I know.
Silly.
How many times did he try to get us to go fishing?
Poor thing, he wanted boys.
So Daddy, right?
That was when we were little.
Yeah. He kept them.
All of them.
Girls, we're just moving across town.
Okay, the assignment for the next commercial was very specific. It was what the old-timers at Hallmark used to call surrogate literacy. Notice the creative freedom employed in dramatizing how a card can provide surrogate literacy for someone who needs it.
Sarah, long time no see.
Hi, your sister looked beautiful.
Oh, thanks. You too. You know, you look like you've lost a ton of weight. See that girl over there with the brown hair? Really high maintenance.
That's my fiance.
Hey, Aunt Kay.
Hey, it's Barbara.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah, Kay was my Uncle Bill's second wife.
Yes, I know that.
Sorry. Can I have your attention? Can I have everyone's attention, please? I'd like to say a few words about my sister.
Oh, no.
I'm not really very good at this kind of thing, but here goes.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Angie, you've been blessed to find someone you can move through this life with. Together, you've learned that love doesn't just happen. You have to create it, craft it, and nurture it. It can be even better when it's been held in the palm of the hand and cradled for a while. You've grown a love that is enduring, stunning in its beauty. Congratulations on your wedding and continuing to create your lives together. I didn't actually write those words, but I do mean them. I love you, Angie.
That was beautiful, Chris.
Now eat up, everyone. My mom paid like $2 grand for that cake.
Okay. My final example is a recent commercial designed, again, especially to dramatize another unique benefit that greeting cards offer. How multiple people have the opportunity to join together in expressing something to a special person.
Oh, you look great.
It's been too long.
I know.
He's gonna cry.
So how's Jim?
He's good.
Hey, Eileen.
Hey. How's it been going?
It's going good.
Have you seen everybody yet?
Seen a lot of girls. Yeah. So here it is.
Love it.
All right,
Bye.
Officer Eileen. Hi, Julie. It's Kelly Altman. I know. Every time I talk to you, you've moved. Hey, Coach.
It's been 25 years since we won that game.
I brought you something.
You remembered.
We all did.
Well, hard work and disciplined work with a tightly defined strategy. My third point about meaningful creativity is that it's also everyone's work. This third point is probably the most important one that I'll make, even though I'll spend the least amount of time on it. I won't use any more slides. I won't show any more videos. I will, however, use another kind of visual aid in just a moment. You know, have you ever heard people in a creative department somewhere derisively refer to the suits in the organization? As in, he doesn't understand the creative aspects. He's one of the suits, you know? Or maybe, uh-oh, here come the suits. It's time for my visual aid. Okay. Now my creative outfit is gone, and I'm a suit again. I'm the president of the production company. See if this is on. Oh my, being the president of something. Well, I want to say that people with the word creative capitalized in their title, they don't have a monopoly on creativity. Neither do painters, or musicians, or writers, or actors, or even interpretive dancers. There are actually producers who are creatives, and accountants, and educators, both teachers and administrators, and ranchers, and secretary, and salespeople, and mechanics, and grocers, and construction workers, even business executives. And I have no doubt that other speakers in this conference will make this point again, too, because they already have. And I'll be shocked and disappointed if that's not a continuing theme, because creativity is finding fresh ways to do things, all kinds of things. Different ways to solve problems, all kinds of problems. New ways to approach opportunities, all kinds of opportunities. I had a friend at Hallmark years ago who enjoyed being a guest speaker in grade school classrooms. He was a very creative individual with a long gray ponytail and dark clothes, and he inspired creativity in others. And when he was in a classroom, he would ask the children how many of them were creative. And in the first grade, he said, every child would jump up and raise one or both hands high, and they would wave them over their heads. In the second grade, about half would raise their hands, about shoulder high. And their hands were pretty still. And by the third grade, only 10 out of 30 would volunteer. And by the time it got to 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, there would be only 1 or 2 who would venture to claim creativity. The problem, I think, is that we define creativity sometimes too narrowly. The children, they thought they had to be artists to be creative. And like us, most of them realized they didn't have artistic skills. What do you say, let's stop that? Let's define creativity so that fresh, new thinking by all kinds of people in all kinds of professions can be included. And whether we wear suits or dresses or overalls or tie-dyed shirts, let's go back to the first grade and reclaim our creative rights, and maybe while we're doing it, let's stand up and wave both hands above our heads. Thanks very much.